Yes, this introduces how to properly train for third-level conscious competitions. I want to show in Mixed Show it's not about addiction, but satisfaction. Try to understand and embody Vatal Pinchelch. Embody it in action. Gnosis Rapis. Hey friends, hello everyone. Today is April 1st and I'm starting my new challenge. First, I'll tell you a little backstory. Back when I was training about 4 years ago, I used to work out my abs twice a week, doing 3 or even 4 exercises each time. That actually took quite a lot of training time. Basically, since it was a long time ago, I was young and I didn't really care how much time I spent training during a workout. But now, my workouts last no more than 2 hours. And to be honest, I don't really want to spend more than 2 hours a day at the gym, because there are all sorts of other things I need to spend time on. That's why I left AB workouts behind quite a while ago, about 4 years back. And basically, genetics have blessed me when it comes to AB, so mine are actually pretty decent. But since I haven't trained them in a long time, the definition of my abs has disappeared, and now, don't confuse that with me getting fat. That's not the case. What I mean is that because I pretty much stopped training my abs, they still have some shape, but it's not like it used to be. And most importantly, they've become really weak. The goal of this video is to get my abs back to their former condition, shape and strength. But so that this video isn't just about doing AB workouts, I also want to include the vacuum exercise in this challenge. It's a pretty cool exercise, honestly. Some people say it's completely useless, others say it's beneficial, and for some it's their main exercise. And basically, I got curious about how my vacuum would change over these 30 days because personally I've never done the vacuum exercise in my life, and I wanted to see what would happen. To do the vacuum exercise, you only need to know one rule. You should do it on an empty stomach or 3 to 4 hours after you've eaten. That was the most important information you needed to know to get started with these workouts. Now I'll show you my starting point, what my vacuum looks like right now, and basically my abs from the front and the side. Let's go. This is what my abs look like at the moment. You might be thinking like, dude, are you crazy or something? Everyone dreams of having abs like that. And I'll tell you, yes, maybe that's true, but honestly my abs used to be much better. Right here you'll see a photo of what they used to look like. The most important thing I want to see in this challenge is progress in strength and in my vacuum technique. And this is what my vacuum looks like right now. I'll say it again, I've never even done it in my life. Basically, you need to exhale completely and pull your abdominal muscles in, and that's it. That's the idea. Now I'll explain how I'm going to do it. In the early mornings, I will typically do about 5 full minutes in a bent over position, just like this, and then another 5 minutes in the more classic upright standing position. So in the morning, I'll only spend about 10 minutes on this. But now let's see how long I can hold a plank. Let's go. So just to be clear, I'm going to do the plank on straight arms. I don't know if that's harder than on the elbows or not, but to me, it seems like doing a plank on straight arms is more difficult. Let's go. So guys, honestly my shoulders got tired more than my abs did. All in all, not a bad result for a start. I knew I could hold it for 3 minutes. Now we're going to work on improving that result. We'll try to get the most out of the plank. Raising up for the juice handover. You'll see it in the gym. Today I'm on duty. Now let's get to the program that I'll be doing every day. Let's go. So friends, I just put together my plan for the first day. And most likely this plan won't just be for the first day, but for all the following days as well. I'll probably just alternate or change up some exercises and monitor my recovery, because if I see that I'm not recovering at all, I'll switch to simpler exercises. If I recover well, I'll do more difficult ones. Today I did a plank. I haven't reviewed the footage yet, but I think the plank was about 3 minutes and 5 seconds. That was my maximum on straight arms. Then today I need to do a total of 100 vacuums in 5 minutes. Bent over vacuum also for 5 minutes. Then at work, I will meticulously record my absolute maximum number of leg raises to the bar in a single continuous set, and after that, following some essential recovery time, I will also carefully record my absolute maximum number of seconds holding an L sit, also performed on the bar. In total, I truly need to try to consistently do 50 leg raises to the bar every single day and 100 crunches lying completely down, and endeavor to strictly stick to this comprehensive program every single day. Man, honestly, sometimes it feels like you're about to get a cramp. But it usually passes, so I'm lucky. Hit like if you've ever had an ab cramp, you know, it's just a terrible pain. Man, there probably won't be many likes, but for sure there are some people out there, so it's better if you write in the comments how you dealt with this problem. Phew, it's actually a really cool exercise. It turns out pretty well, or maybe not so well. Judge for yourself. Maybe some yogi will come across this, watch it and think, wow, he's doing everything wrong. But that's exactly the fun part of all my challenges. Just like you, I watch, I try things out, and I find out what happens if you do this kind of crazy stuff for 30 days. At the same time, I can prove to you that in some cases it works and in others it doesn't. So a lot of people think you can get in shape for summer in just a month, and by doing these challenges I might shatter your dreams, but sometimes I might actually motivate you, like I did with my neck, because my neck really did get bigger. So, hype makers, did it 25 times. Go ahead, do 3 more sets like this, and with these kinds of crunches you'll be done for today. I think you can manage to do this before work, because later there will be very little time and it will be hard. But I don't have days like this every day, so doing this challenge won't actually be that difficult. It's designed for people who don't have much time. Okay friends, now we're only going to do a maximum of 12 reps. Well friends, today is already April 2nd, which means it's the second day of my challenge, and now I'll tell you how I'm feeling after the first day. Basically, my abs are really sore today, and even doing the vacuum exercise is pretty tough. But it's okay, it's always been like this, so I've gotten a bit used to training through the pain. So today I'll just reduce the load a little so my abs can at least recover. Otherwise, we'll just end up burning muscle, right? That's what it's called, isn't it? Everyone just accuses me of not knowing anything, so let it be this way. I don't really know anything at all, guys. I just made these videos for you so you could see the results. Because it's all about the results, and I don't know, I can only guess. But anyway, let's get to doing the vacuum exercise. As we can clearly observe, in just a single day, my abdominal muscles, which I had hoped would show some improvement, are, well, still far from being fully recovered. It seems the strenuous activity has left them quite sore and in need of much more time to heal completely. As you can see, after one day my vacuum hasn't really changed. It was pretty average before, and it still is now. But that's okay, we'll keep working on it, and I hope by the end of this challenge my stomach will be able to pull in more. That would be cool, but honestly I don't even know why I need this. Alright then, let's go train our abs now.
I did 50 reps, guys. I did 50 reps. I don't know why I got so fired up, but honestly, after I got the pump, it went really easily. I did 50.
Well friends, today is already April 14th. The weather outside is pretty bad today. So right now I'm heading to the gym for another shift. And it's already been 42 weeks since the start of my challenge. And today, I'll show you how far I've come from the very beginning in pull-ups on the bar. Let's go.
Seven, then 2, and finally 1. So.
Friends, today is already March 30th. That means consequently today is indeed the very last day of my comprehensive abs and vacuum challenge overall. And just so you absolutely believe me that it truly is March 30th today, because a significant number of people are genuinely starting to think that my challenges last not just for one single month, but rather for a considerably longer period of time. So but now we'll start with the plank. And we'll see how much better my plank has become, how much longer I can hold it now. Let me remind you, on the first day I held the plank for about 3 minutes. It was really hard. Phew, well friends, you've always been impressed by the strong results in my videos. Well, as you can see, the result in the plank is crappy. And honestly, my shoulders really start to give out. It's specifically the shoulders that give out the most. Maybe I should have been holding it on my elbows after all, but I don't know. Phew, but that was really tough, I just couldn't do it. Alright, but now we're gonna move right over there. Alright friends, well, that's it, we've started to believe in ourselves. We realize that it's windy right now, so the sound will be bad, but nevertheless we're going to try to set a record number of reps on this pull-up bar. I think everything's going to be awesome, just great. With 6,000 subscribers, I can already film like this with my arm outstretched, right in the yard, surrounded by a bunch of school kids. Well anyway, that's not the point. Now I'm going to set world records for hanging leg raises. So friends, it was really tough, but I was supported and in fact I beat my own record by a whole 3 reps. There you go. It was hard honestly, and to be honest the result isn't really anything special. Well, it was really tough here because the last time I tried to do it I just couldn't go on. Right? So friends, the moment has come for us to sum things up. In this video there were 3 main criteria. The first criterion was to see whether the vacuum would change at all or not. Second, to see if my abs would look any different visually, if they'd become more defined. Third, to see if my endurance in certain exercises would increase, if I'd be able to do more repetitions and all that. Let's start with the vacuum. So on the first day it looked like this, and on the last day it looked like this. Here we can see that I learned to pull in my stomach much better, and this definitely shows that I made progress in this exercise. This result is shown to us with a real life example, so we can use it as a reference point. You can see for yourself how you can make progress in this exercise if you do it every day for a month. Second, did my abs change visually in any way? This is what my abs looked like on the first day, and this is what they look like on this day. And to be honest, you can see here that my abs have become more defined. What does this mean? It means the same thing as always. When you train your muscles, microtraumas and microtears occur, which then heal, and these fibers become thicker. That's basically why your muscles grow. They become fuller, and it's the same with your abs. It becomes more pronounced. And the last third point is endurance. Has mine increased or not? Of course it has. For me personally, this is one of the most important points because in every challenge I look at this aspect to see if I've made progress by the end of the month or not. And naturally, I can say that yes, I have made progress. My plank time increased by 2 minutes. Honestly, for a month, that's not exactly a dream result, I understand, but I didn't do this exercise every day. I can also tell you the same about pull-ups, but on the bar. But to be honest, it's not really necessary to do this exercise every single day on a regular basis. As I already told you, in order for your muscles to recover, you shouldn't be doing the same workout program every day. You need to have rest days and loading days. So when my abs were sore the next day, I didn't push them to the point where I couldn't move afterwards. I did alternative, lighter exercises, and you can still make progress that way. Now let's move on to an exercise like pull-ups on the bar. Here I managed to improve by as many as 11 reps. Honestly, that's still a pretty weak result, and to be honest, I was aiming for 30 reps in one set, but for some reason that turned out to be unattainable for me. Let me remind you once again that this video is an experiment on myself. I'm not encouraging you to train the way I do every day. And in general, since I'm not encouraging you to train, in this video you can actually see how a person's body changes over the course of 30 days and whether it changes at all. At the same time, you can listen to some comments from the person doing this challenge, in this case, me. But as always, it was me here with you. Be sure to leave your likes in the comments or even dislikes if you want, because this is the most explosive series, the one that really gets everyone fired up. And honestly, that definitely makes me happy because there are a lot more comments now. So thank you, my dear young hater. Or maybe not so young, I don't care. And as always, I wish you to always stay in shape and keep developing in every way. See you next time. We'll meet again soon, in a month, when you start your new challenge. And what is this challenge? The next challenge is open, respect to the anti-credited.